Shalom, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to the Most High God Yahweh, by Shema Mashiach Yahweh Shai. I want to give a strong shalom to all the brothers that are staying 10 toes in this thing, who keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. They out there teaching the sheep, trying to bring them back to the flock. We trying to, lead up our families, man, training up the women, being an example to the children, to all the youth. We got to give a strong shalom to all the mighty sisters in this thing who are training up the children the way they should go, as being keepers of the house, being a good helpmeet. Strong shalom to all the children who are reverencing they parents, doing what they got to do to make sure they calling an election sure as well. Because if they following their parents, then they following the Most High's God laws, statutes, and commandments, man. Just want to do a quick video to just talk about how so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, that we are above all people, man. That we not the same. Every week in the streets, man, we get people to just be like, oh, we equal. We looked at the same way as everybody is, man. But that's not the way that the Most High look at us, man. We special and we got to act like it. I'm going to kick this thing off with 2nd Ezra chapter 5. Start at 24 and read down to 27. And of all lands of the whole world, thou hast chosen thee one pit, and of all the flowers thereof one lily. So to kick this thing off, man, the Most High, he has favorites of everything. The same way you might have a favorite pair of shoes, you might have a favorite shirt. If you got a couple of vehicles, you may have a favorite car. You may have a favorite hat. You may have more than one crib. You got a favorite house. It just there's favorites to everything. There's always gonna be something that you like more than everything else, man. We can't act like we only carnal and think that way, man. The Most High think this way. He like a favorite flower. He chose the lily. Verse 25. And of all the depths of the sea, thou hast filled thee one river. And of all builded cities, thou hast hollowed Zion unto thyself. So the Most High has a favorite water, man. We all know that's the Jordan. That's why the scriptures talk about it so much, man. Out of every body of water he made, out of all the lakes, the rivers, in the oceans, he has one favorite, man. He's got a favorite land as well, man. Got Zion. He builded this city unto himself, man. Verse 26. And of all the fowls that are created, thou hast named thee one dove. So he even got a favorite bird, man. Even though he made the pigeons, he made the chickens, he made turkeys, he made an ostrich, he made a peacock. Even though all these birds are beautiful, man, he still got one favorite bird, man. He liked the dove. Verse 26. And of all the cattle that are made, thou hast provided thee one sheep. So he even like one animal, man. All these animals that's walking around on four legs, he still got one that he like more than the rest. There's one that he like more than the deer, more than the cow, more than the buffalo. He liked the sheep, man. That's why he compares Israel to sheep, and we need a shepherd. Because everybody know, if you know anything about sheep, man, that the sheep, they have to be led by somebody. If not, you got a herd of sheep, man, they just going to start waddling everywhere. That's the same thing Israel do. We dipping off into every wind of doctrine. We dipping off into all kinds of other deities, all kinds of idols. People look up to everything but the Most High. We've all been led astray, man, at some point. Even myself, I didn't grow up in the truth, man. I just found out about this thing past couple years, man. I'm still a babe in it too. I'm still learning every day. I'm still building myself up on a daily basis, because I was once a lost sheep as well, man. We is all out there chasing, women. We is out there chasing the next high that we could get. We is chasing whatever physical thing we're in love with, whether, you're addicted to playing sports and you want to be the next Jordan. If you're out there, you want to be the next, best car builder, next best, race car driver, whatever. We all got different things that we into. We all want to be the best at that, man. We need to be the best at keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments, being that light unto the rest of the world. Verse 27. And among all the multitudes of peoples, thou hast gotten thee one people. And unto this people, whom thou lovest, thou gavest a law that is approved of all. So why would the Most High say that if he didn't mean that, man? If he didn't have one designated group of people that he liked more than everybody else. There's a reason that he even says that at all, man. Because when you look at the other people, we jump over a chapter, 2 Ezra 6, 54 through 56. And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all. So everybody just be like, well, didn't God make us all? Yeah, he made every single person. He made every spirit that, feels within each body. He said he made all people. He said, come we all, and the people also whom thou hast chosen. So he has all these people that he made, but he still has a select group of people that he liked more than everybody else. Verse 55, and this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou hast made us the world for our sakes. As for the other people, which also come of Adam, thou hast said that they are nothing, but be like unto spittle. So the other nations, man, he compares them to nothing. When you've been running, when your allergies are acting up, and you get the mucus built up, and you just spit that stuff out the window. You spit it on the curb wherever you at. You don't care about that. You do that on a Sunday. The next Sunday, you ain't being like, man, I wonder how that spit is that I left out there on the curb, man. That don't make no sense. The Lord compared the other nations to spittle. Read on. And has likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel. So he compared them to if you walking around, you got a cup, right? That cup is filled to the brim, and you walking in haste, the cup shaking and spilling all over the floor. You ain't worried about that droplet that you made, man. You worried about what's in the rest of that cup, because that's what you're going to hold on to throughout the rest of your day. When you taking a sip of that, every time you put it up to your lips and you take a drink, you ain't going to be like, man, I spilled a drop of that earlier. And damn, my day is destroyed now. That's off, man. That ain't how the Lord move, man. That's madness to think that everybody else is the same, man, when the Lord clearly says that he has a chosen people. And that ain't even just in 2 Ezra. I know people probably watching the video, and they be like, man, that Apocrypha, that's not in the KJV. Well, I'll tell you what, there's other precepts for it. That's not the end. And I didn't just bring out just them 4 verses and, well, that was it. Have a good night. No, man, there's more to it. Psalms 147, read 19 and 20. He showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. We all know that Israel is our forefather, man. Israel is not just a damn city that was declared, a place back in, what was it, 48? It's just filled with some people now over there, that's just what it is. No, man. Israel is a people. This is Jacob, man. This is a whole nation of people. Verse 20, he hath not dealt so with any nation. So he wouldn't just go on to say that if he wasn't talking about a whole group of people, not just one person, not no damn landmass. He talking about a whole nation of people, man. A whole nationality of people. And as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye the Lord. So the heathens, they don't know the judgments. And then the Israelites that are still walking around in the Gentile mind state, walking in the ways of Babylon, they don't know his judgments either. You try to talk to people about the Bible, they call you a Bible thumper and be like, oh, only God can judge me on that Machiavelli 3:16 spirit. The Lord's not dealing with that, man. They don't know his judgments. They don't realize that when we go back into the Torah, you start reading in the book of Judges, Joshua, stuff like that, man. Our forefathers was getting down. It was a lot of sins that straight put you to death. But now them people do those sins on a daily basis just like it's nothing. Being like, I'm gonna just get judged at the end. That's off, man. Because you are not just anybody. You're not just a person just walking around, man. The Lord looks at you totally different than he does the damn slant-eyed Moabites, man. Damn slant-eyed Ammonites. Damn dot in the forehead. Damn Elamites, man. Book of Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 6. For thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth. We bring this verse out all the time because you have to read these early books to get an understanding of what's going on in the later books, man. You can't just jump to something that Paul said and think that it just disannuls everything that was ever written. That doesn't make any sense, man. Said the Lord, said, for thou art an holy people, holy being set apart. He didn't call everybody set apart, man. Moses was only talking to Israel. He wasn't out there with just picking up Ishmaelites, picking up Elamites, picking up Moabites, picking up Canaanites, picking up damn Hamites, man. That's madness. Said then you jump a couple of chapters in Deuteronomy and it says it again. Deuteronomy 14:2. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord hath chosen thee to be a peculiar people unto himself, above all the nations that are upon the earth. Let's see what that peculiar means. We're gonna look that up in the blue letter. Peculiar, H 5459. Said possession, property, valued property, peculiar treasure, a treasure. See that? Said the Lord looks at blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, the 12 tribes of Israel, different than he does from all the other nations, man. Then we're going to jump a little bit more. It's in here again. Deuteronomy 26:18. And the Lord hath avouched thee this day to be his peculiar people, his treasure, as he hath promised thee, and that thou shouldest keep all his commandments. Says, so he told you, man, hey, you got to keep these commandments. Thus said the Lord. He said it over and over and over, man. He didn't give this to Amalek. That's why they confused. You read over in Deuteronomy 25, it say you got to remember what Amalek did to thee, man. Said the Lord got a perpetual hatred with these people, man. The damn synagogue of Satan, man. You read about that in Revelations, man. Had them people claiming to be something that they not. They stole the land that ain't theirs, man. They didn't want to fight everybody else about land that ain't theirs. And then they want to take over the whole world, man. And now the government just give them whatever they want, man. They don't even help the true Israelites, but they give it to people that look just like them, who don't even know what they're talking about, because Amalek will fall under Japheth. That's not even Shem. That's not even of the line of Shem, man. But they call us anti, you know what I'm saying? I ain't even going to go there, man. I ain't even going to go there. But as I said, the Most High is not just changing. He didn't say this stuff in just vanity, you know, just saying it to be saying something. You know, it's just, oh, these some words I needed just to, you know what I'm saying, fill the pages. That ain't how the Lord moved, man. Everything in this book has been ordained from the beginning because it's all prophecy. The Lord made this world for our sakes, man, like we just brought out in Esdras. Malachi 3:6, for I am the Lord, I change not. Therefore ye sons of Jacob are not consumed. So what is that even going into, man? Why is he saying the sons of Jacob? This is in Malachi, one book before Matthew, you know what I'm saying, before the so-called New Testament. This ain't nothing new. Book of Psalms, chapter 89, verse 34. My covenant will I not break, nor alter the thing that is gone out of my lips. Say he's not going to alter the covenant, the things that he ordained, the things that he prophesied, that he had the prophets writing down in these books that's written for our learning, man. He's not going to break that covenant. Why would he make a whole covenant with a whole line of people and then just do away with it? That doesn't make any sense, man. It's still waiting on somebody to have a legit reason for that. You can't, man. You can't make it up. You got that much. All right, so let me see. Said all these religions try to say this much of the book don't matter for this much of the book. And then they don't even read this much of the book because they only read some of what Paul wrote. I'm gonna do a whole nother breakdown on that soon, just going into the things that Paul said, because what they try to just be like, oh, salvation's for all people, everybody gonna be saved, but it's like the Lord has a covenant with a chosen people. Why would he just throw that away? And now I'm gonna break that down in a whole nother video though. That's gonna get into something deeper than I got time for right now. But Malachi 3:6 that said the Most High don't change. So then we jump into Hebrews 13:8, said Hamashiach Yahushai, but as it reads Jesus Christ, because we all know damn heathens and tried to change up his name on us. Said the same yesterday and today and forever. He don't change, man. So if you want to call yourself a Christian, a follower of Christ, he don't change. He following in his Father's footsteps, man. Here, we start up a verse. Actually, start up two verses. Hebrews 13:6. So that we may boldly say, the Lord is my helper, and I will not fear what man shall do unto me. Remember them which have the rule over you, who have spoken unto you the word of God, whose faith follow, considering the end of their conversation. Mashiach Yahushai, the same yesterday, today, and forever. Read that again. Jesus Christ, the same yesterday, today, and forever. Be not carried away with diverse and strange doctrines, for it is a good thing that the heart be established with grace, not with meats, which have not profited them that have been occupied therein. So them meats aren't just talking about this physical food, talking about, the bacon and that you eat in the morning. You're not talking about the burger that you get later, the chicken you picked up at Wingstop on the way home. He ain't talking about none of that, man. Say that meat being different doctrines, being that word, because we supposed to eat this thing up, man. That's why the words say that it was bitter, but it's sweet at the same time, because we got to eat this stuff up. Leviticus 4:21, and he shall carry forth the bullock without the camp and burn him as the burn of the bullock. It is a sin offering for the congregation. So we got to be dealing with our burnt offerings. Our offerings now, because we don't have a temple anymore, would be the fruit of our works, man. The fruit of our lips. Our praise, glory, and honor that we giving back to the Most High. So we can't be carried away with the doctrines of this world, man. To just go in and just talking about any damn thing. But going back into how we were, that we are a chosen people. We read that in the Apocrypha. We read it in the so-called Old Testament. So let's read it in the so-called New Testament. 1 Peter chapter 2 and verse 9. But ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a peculiar people, a treasure, set apart people, royal priesthood, chosen generation. Keep those words in mind, man. That ye should show forth the praises of him who hath called you out of darkness into this marvelous light. So the fact that you even watching these videos, the fact you even heard, who the Israelites are in these last days, you got to realize that the Most High is calling out to you for a reason, man. That he has you destined for something greater than being caught up in wickedness, following after every damn wind of doctrine, believing anything that man will tell you, because we ought to obey God rather than men. That's something that Paul tried to warn us about, man. No, wait, I gotta go ahead and bring that out. Acts 5:29. Then Peter and the other apostles answered and said, we ought to obey God rather than men. So we can't be listening to these other folks, man. We got to just lean on the Lord. Listen to read what these prophets was telling us, man. What they was breaking down, what they wrote down. That's why you read so many verses in here. It says, seek ye out of the book of the law and read, man. This book, everything is written for our learning. for our knowledge, for our wisdom, for our understanding. That's why we got to study and keep these precepts diligently, man. Like our forefather King David was saying in the book of Psalms. But I'm going to wrap this up with this one. This is the book of John, chapter 15, and verse, start at 16. Ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you. So we didn't choose this walk. We wasn't praying for Yahushua to put up his life, for us. This is what the Most High wanted. That's why when he was even on the cross, man, that he said, let his Father's will be done, man. He said if it was his will, take this cup from him. But we see that the Lord had it ordained, man. It had to happen. He said, I'm going to read it again. Ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you. Said the Lord called us, man. He was calling and we had to pick up. Even though we tried to pretend like the phone was on silent, like we threw it in our pocket, didn't know it was on vibrate. The Lord was calling us, man. And you got to pick it up. You ain't got no choice. And ordained you that ye should go and bring forth fruit, and that your fruit should remain, that whatsoever ye shall ask of the Father in my name, he may give it you. It says, so if we actually keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, all the things that we pray for, he gonna hear us. Because scriptures say that he hear not sinners, man. He not dealing with them. He only dealing with the righteous. He hear the prayers of the righteous. I said the Lord has actually got everything set up. He gonna make sure that you got everything you need. So when you get low in spirit, you got to have faith. You know what I'm saying? That's why we actually gather together as the 12 tribes, man. When you got another brother to lift you up, when you falling down, you know what I'm saying? You keep it pushing. You're not just going to sit there in damn fetal position in a corner, just crying your eyes out. Tell the Lord, why is this happening to me? Well, man, that the Lord deals with us as he deals with sons, man. He only chastises those whom he loveth. I'm going to read on. It said, ordained you that ye should go and bring forth fruit, and that your fruit shall remain. That whatsoever ye shall ask of the Father in my name, he may give it you. I said, so the fruit that we got to bring forth is our works, man. We got to have our faith with our works. We got faith that we going to get saved. We got faith that the Most High is going to always take care of us, man. The same way all of our forefathers was leaning on the Most High to save them. Daniel was in a damn lion's den. You got Jonah in the damn belly of a big ass fish, man. You know what I'm saying? They didn't lose faith. You had Elijah. He was waiting on bread, man. The Most High had a raven go drop him off some food, man. That's the kind of faith we got to have in these last days. We got to have our fruits by going out in these highways and byways trying to reach our people. We got our fruits by doing these videos. We got our fruits by bringing out this word throughout conversation or just talking to our people in the world, man. We got to let our light shine by keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments, man. So when somebody invites you to something on the Sabbath, you got to let them know you can't go. You know what I'm saying? When people try to give you some clothes and it's mixed fabric, you know what I'm saying? You got to turn that thing down. You got to tell them, man, we deal with 100% fabrics. It's the way that the Most High wanted us to move, man. Verse 17, these things I command you, that ye love one another. And that's the 12 tribes gathering together, man. That ye love one another. We got to learn to love each other before we can even worry about loving anybody else. Our people quick to forgive the heathens for all the atrocities that they've done to us, but they can't even forgive their brother when they step on their shoe. You know what I'm saying? When they pick up they stuff by accident. I remember being in the world, man, people used to want to fight you just because you accidentally picked up their lighter. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's madness. That's madness. This one thing will change so much about our community is crazy. You gotta read that one again. That small verse hit so hard. These things I command you, that ye love one another. If the world hate you, which, let's be honest, man, we know that every nation hate the Israelites, man. The so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Don't believe it. Look at history, man. I don't think y'all remember it. Just in anybody in my age range, our parents, man, grew up seeing signs that said no Mexicans, no coloreds. They didn't give a damn about us. They made us drink from separate fucking water fountains, man. Separate water fountains. Couldn't go to the same school. You know what I'm saying? It's a reason why it was even laws put in place not that long ago, just about like not even being able to like have interracial marriage, man. That's why a lot of even Hollywood, they did all the wicked stuff behind closed doors. They wasn't just marrying the heathens just out there in public like that. But now, when you look at TV, that's all that's in the commercial. It's all that's in every TV show. It's what you see when you go in the grocery stores. It's madness. The whole world has been turned upside down. But this is all because Israel wanted to go off, man. Because we didn't want to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. We didn't want to obey our Heavenly Father who made the world for our sakes, man. Verse 18, I'm going to read that again. If the world hate you, ye know that it hated me before it hated you. And we all know they hated Christ. That's why they put him on the cross, man. They was trying to find flaws in everything he was doing. They was like, why y'all hanging him, man, if he ain't did nothing? But they still did it. While Israel's sitting there talking about something, let his blood be upon our hands and upon our children. Our children. You, me, all of us, man. His blood on our hands. So we gotta start keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments. You know what I'm saying? Start putting forth that work, man. Get this blood off our hands. Because when Yahushua come back, man, he ain't coming back with hugs and kisses and lollipops, man. Giving out damn sandwiches. Like Jared from Subway talking about eat fresh. He coming back with a sword, man. He coming back he gonna come back in a white garment that's gonna be red, man. He gonna be treading through the wine press, man, taking people out left and right. And you gonna get caught up in that thing if you don't repent and get your life in order, man. 19, and I'm gonna finish up. If ye were of the world would love its own. So if you was out there acting like everybody else, man, the world would love you. They wouldn't have no problem with you. If you was out there firing up blunts back to back, you know what I'm saying? If you was out there in the club still throwing ones, if you was out there, you know what I'm saying, finding somebody to just lay up with for the night, you was out there still just popping random people, you know what I'm saying, and not trying to own up to your responsibilities. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have to answer for that in these last days, man. The world will love you if you wanted to just continue on in the ways of Babylon. Fall in love with everything that they got going on. Being caught up in the lights, going downtown, seeing the damn Christmas trees. You know what I'm saying? Filling up the stores on Black Friday. They love you. But because we keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments, staying to ourselves, reading the word, and telling everybody else to repent and keep the commandments, they don't love us, man. And it is what it is. But because ye are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hateth you. And that's what we got to do. Start keeping these commandments, man. But with that, I hope you're edified. You know what I'm saying? Got to apply these precepts on a daily basis, man. Got to continue to study to show ourselves approved. Because people going to always come at you with that salvation's for everybody. You know, the Lord did away with his people. You know, it's just madness. It's a whole bunch of folly going on in the world, man. But we got to stay girded in this thing. But with that, I want to give all praises to the Most High God Yahweh, by Hashem Mashiach Yahweh Shai. Give a strong shalom to all the family. I love y'all. Keep the commandments, man. Stay girded.